aside from the minimum wage, your rate of pay is what the employer has decided to pay you for each hour that you work. This is very important because I see this all the time. Employees, again, you have to be paid overtime after 40. So you should know, you have to know your hourly rate. A lot of employers choose to pay employees a set salary. They tell you, I'm going to pay you $500 a week. And that includes all hours worked, whatever I need you to do, that's what I need you to do, and that's what I'm going to pay. Some employees think, okay, $500, I can work with that, I can pay my bills with that, and they agree to it. However, $500 is not covering your overtime. If you don't have a specific hourly rate, then you are not being paid overtime. That $500 is what you're being paid only for all hours worked at your straight rate. So a lot of people don't know that if they're currently earning a salary, unless you're in a managerial position, and obviously there are exceptions to every rule, but I'm talking general, then you are basically owed at least half time for all the hours that you've worked over 40 in that week. Again, I'm going to compare it to the hospitality industry. You know, on times when I see that there's a really big difference that I have to point out, hospitality wage order covers the restaurants and the hotels. And there were changes made to the to the wage order in January of 2011, big changes as far as your rate of pay. When you work for a restaurant or a banquet, you're covered under the hospitality wage order, which states that if you are paid a salary, anything besides an hourly rate, that money is only credited to your first 40 hours of work. So basically, if you're being paid $500 to be a dishwasher, that $500 basically is only being paid for your first 40 hours. Under the law, you have a claim and you have the right to be paid now at time and 1/2 for all hours after 40. So there's a lot of underpayments and a lot of employees that are not being paid correctly when they're being paid these set salaries. So that's something to be aware of. If you're not being paid an hourly rate and time and 1/2 of that hourly rate, then there might be a big chance that you're not being paid correctly.